Now on Coast TV News.
Route 50 bridge work. Drivers heading to Ocean City are down to one lane. We'll tell you what this means as we get closer to the busy season.
Revolutionize or disrupt? That's the question as Ocean City considers U.S. Wind's proposed pier. The environmental and economic debate continues.
Referendum. Voters in the Cape Henlopen School District weighing new facilities with higher taxes.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
An attempt to grow with the student population. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our news at 6. We begin tonight with the Cape Henlopen School District's quest to grow, and they want to do that through a referendum.
We've talked about it a lot in recent weeks, and tomorrow voters in the Cape Henlopen School District will approve or deny the district's request for a property tax hike. Joining us live now in Lewis is Coast TV News anchor Mallory Metzner. Mallory, the district says this isn't just about proposed construction, it's also about safety.
Maddie, a district spokesperson says about 80% of the money generated would be used for safety and security expenses like school resource officers, constables, as well as for the salaries and benefits of current and future school staff. The district says it has grown by more than 2,400 students in the last 22 years, and it only expects to keep growing significantly over the next 10 years. These 102 acres off Cedar Grove Road are where Cape wants to build a new district office, a transportation facility, and an indoor pool. But that's only a portion of what the referendum would pay for. The district says the pool itself represents 10% of the tax increase, and 80% is school safety and staff salaries. If the referendum gets the green light from voters, it's 55 cents per $100 of property value. The district says for the average household, it's a $153 a year increase for year one. To figure out what your household tax increase would be, the district has a calculator on its website. Some people who live in Lewis told us it's a price they're happy to support.
I think our scores in Delaware tend to be on the lower side nationally, and I would love to see that money going into things that are going to help prepare our kids for real-world jobs.
While others don't see the need.
I understand the need to invest in education for our youth. I get that completely. But I do question, since they just built two basically new schools here in Lewis that are 10 times as large and 20 times as nice as the school I went to, what they're really spending money on.
If approved, the tax impact would decrease as bonds are paid off. A lot of controversy over this referendum has been that proposed swimming pool. A lot of people online saying it's just not needed. However, the district says if approved, it would be open to the entire community for exercise, lifeguard lessons, and more. I'm Mallory Metzner, live in Lewis, Coast TV News.
Polls are open tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Polls are at Mariner Middle, Rehoboth Elementary, and the high school where Mallory just was. If you want to vote, you have to be at least 18 and live in the district. But that's just for voting. Only property owners will be the ones paying that tax increase.
Just like the Cape Henlopen School District, other school districts across Delaware, they've held referendums recently. These referendums proposing either tax increases or bond issues with the goal of funding school infrastructure improvements, hiring additional staff, and enhancing educational programs. Here is a list of the results of those referendums. Red Clay, Brandywine, and Colonial school districts successfully passed their referendums, with voters backing both tax increases and bond issuances. However, Smyrna School District had a different outcome, where both proposals were rejected by the voters. And this brings us right into our Coast TV poll. We want to know, do you support the Cape Henlopen referendum or not? Let's take a look at the updated results from earlier this evening.
Take a look at your screen. Still a majority are saying no, but for different reasons. 59% just say it costs too much. 22% say it's a bad spending choice, though there is a 19% of the vote who say yes, they are voting yes. And ultimately, we'll see what happens tomorrow.
And interestingly, the facilities, that seems to be the lowest number there. These numbers might fluctuate throughout the day. You can go vote at coasttvnews.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. Moving to more news on the coast, Rehoboth's wastewater treatment project, it's wrapping up, and it aims to improve the efficiency of the city's water system, its cleaning system. The city says the project is now in the third phase. The picture you see on your screen is what the project looks like from above. The project is expected to be completed by the end of this year, and according to the city, improvements include a new ocean outfall. That's where treated wastewater is pumped into the ocean, and upgrades to facilities as well. The city says it's paying for it through grants and loans and, a 28% fee hike.
The city of Lewis has extended public comments for proposed rule on music at restaurants. Here's the deets. If approved, the ordinance would allow background music to be played at outdoor seating. Live music, though, still not allowed on restaurant patios or decks like you see here. The public has until Friday to comment. Action will be taken by the town on April 8th.
The town of South Bethany has scheduled a date for its upcoming municipal election. The town says the election will be held at Town Hall on Evergreen Road. Voters will be choosing a mayor and 3 town council members. All elected officials will serve for 2 years and will start their term in May. The election will take place on May 11th from 9 to 3 p.m.
According to DENREC, this land is where a company wants to bring in sand and level out the property that's on it. Since it's state-regulated land, public input must be taken. DENREC says comments are due April 9th. Happening now, a public hearing taking place for a pier linked to offshore wind. U.S. Wind is looking to build concrete piers off the Harbor Road in West Ocean City. You see the current conditions right now from our Coast Copter. According to the Maryland Department of the Environment's website, the goal is to, quote, improve navigable access. The pier would serve as a base of operations for U.S. Wind's plans to build a massive wind farm off the coast of Delmarva. Ocean City has been very vocal against the proposed project, rejected an offer of $20 million from U.S. Wind. Now, our reporter Charles Reiner, he's at that public hearing right now. We'll have more information for you tonight at 11. First, let's take a live look right now out into Ocean City, where a little glimmer of sunset is still there. Our first alert meteorologist Alex Seymour is in for Paul tonight, and he joins us with a look at our forecast. Good evening, Alex.
Good evening. Yeah, we've got a lot of clear skies out the door this evening. Looking pretty nice out there, but if you are right along the beaches, it is a bit chillier because we've got an onshore wind keeping those temps in the 40s, wind chills down into the 30s. So as I take a live look out on our Orsted camera in West Ocean City this evening, temps sitting right around 45 degrees, even with those clear skies, with that sun shining down, and the wind chills down into the 30s because we've seen winds gusting 20 to 30 miles per hour right at the beaches. Temps in the low to mid 40s at the beaches, 50s inland, so it is a bit warmer inland. Probably a better evening to watch that sunset this evening if you live inland. If you're at the beaches, grab a couple layers. Wind gusts 20 miles per hour on Rehoboth Beach, 22 miles per hour on Bethany Beach. These onshore winds pushing a lot of water towards the coast, so coastal flooding expected later on this evening. Skies are going to remain clear, though, so that's the good news. And we're going to continue with these clear skies for the next couple of days and really for the rest of this evening. Take a look at this. Temps staying in the 40s, but those winds remain elevated right at the coastline.
Alex, thank you. Delaware is stepping up to protect shoppers like you and me. A new law is currently under review by the Senate. Senate Bill 256 wants to make it easier for the AG to help people who have been tricked or treated unfairly by businesses. Now, follow me here. Right now, to take action, the state says a lawyer has to prove the business did something wrong on purpose. This law would change that for certain cases, making it the goal easier to help people without needing to prove the business meant to do wrong. The proposal also wants to get rid of old and unnecessary rules about where legal cases need to be filed.
Tonight in Georgetown, the town is working out a way to bring more workforce housing to the area. We've talked about this topic a lot. A public hearing is set for 6:30 to talk about the 107 Depot Street Rehab Project, also known as the Old Ice House Project. According to the town, the goal is to transform the 3-story building on Depot Street that used to be an ice storage facility. The building that you see on your screen here, they're going to try to turn that into a building with office spaces in the basement and first floor and 25 residential apartments up above.
Happening now in Milford, the Planning Commission is reviewing 2 different development projects. The city wants to transform 182 acres of land at Milford, Harrington Highway in Canterbury into an industrial park and employment center called the Milford Corporate Center. The second proposal would add single-family homes near Bucks Road, that's north of Cedar Neck Road.
And the town of Ocean City is working on more solutions for workforce housing. The town's Planning and Zoning Commission has approved a project on 116th Street at Coastal Highway. That project would transform a two-story building that used to be a retail space into housing for employees. The proposed plan's goal is to turn the first floor of the building into a restaurant, and then the second floor would be used to house workers. The proposal will now go to the town council for approval.
And it's not just that. Speaking of workforce housing, the once Phillips Crab House you see here getting closer to being complete in the summertime. The building will now have a 300-bed facility specifically made for workers who come to Ocean City.
In less than an hour, Georgetown will look to adopt what the town calls a traffic calming policy. That's for residential streets. The goal is to identify, analyze, prioritize, and address undesirable traffic conditions. That includes speeding and heavy traffic in residential neighborhoods. The town will conduct a study, and based on the outcome of that project, they'll implement different safety measures. That could range all the way from speeding display signs to wider sidewalks and even adding speed bumps.
It can be a positive thing as long as it's not costly for the people of the area, because we're already crunched with so much because of the inflation and things like that. But two, if it does really help, it might be a positive thing, but we'll have to wait and see if it is.
And again, this is set to be debated during the town council meeting tonight at 7 p.m.
Happening now in Milford. Plan ahead if you're there. DelDOT says South Washington Street is closed. That is between Northeast Front Street and Park Avenue. Work will continue through Friday. And why? Well, a new crosswalk and pedestrian signals are going right there. And we have a lot more news to get to this evening.
Still to come, practicing sustainable farming on Delmarva. Discover how a $2 million initiative is setting a new standard in chicken farming.
Well, coastal flooding is going to be a problem for a few more high tides. We've got coastal flood warnings in effect for Sussex County. I'll let you know when the worst of the flooding is expected, coming up in just a few minutes.
But first, how much longer will the Route 50 bridge be under repair? We have your answer in just 60 seconds.
Ashley's tent event is going on now. The tents are up, and prices on furniture have never been lower. This week only, shop Adirondack chairs starting at just $199. Your choice, 4-piece outdoor sectional or outdoor sofa at $999. Plus, shop outdoor dining sets, just $888. Plus, enjoy next day delivery with free assembly. You don't want to miss the tent event. Going on now only at Ashley, located in tax-free Millsboro, Delaware.
What? You're still waiting for a roofing and siding quote? You should have called Bill.
All Exteriors will give you a quote on the spot. We have same day and Saturday appointments available to do a thorough inspection and show you design options. Then we explain everything our quote includes line by line.
Now through Easter, get half off installation or choose free financing until 2026. So hop to it. Call All Exteriors for a free inspection. Where are you going?
Customer needs a quote.
You couldn't wait 1 second to finish the commercial?
This is Coast TV News at 6.
The Route 50 bridge, it has had its fair share of repairs. In fact, if you drive much in that area, you know it's been under construction this whole year.
Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zapay shows us when you might start seeing 2 lanes again.
The Route 50 bridge has been under construction for months, and that's cut traffic down to a single lane, which is a hassle now, but could be more than that in the busy season.
And that will surely affect a lot of people coming and going.
Looking at our Coast TV copter footage, you can see the second stage of repairs on the bridge are underway. State Highway District Engineer Mark Crampton says they're focused on adding some structural elements to help with the bridge's mobility.
So right now what you're seeing is some other work going out of sight beneath the bridge on some of the structural elements. And basically as they're making repairs on that, you're going to see these single lane closures.
But just how long will that last? That is the question. According to Crampton, the plan is to utilize lane closures every weekday for the next couple of weeks. but hopefully the work will be done before the big crowds start to drive this direction. It's the busy season that has Kathy Roth worried.
It will be worse in the summer because so many people come down, I would say especially on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Crampton said that the repairs for the Route 50 bridge will be completed before May, leaving just enough time for both lanes to be open during the summer. I'm Kevin DePay in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
Well, another soaking rain on the way to the coast later on in the week. I'll let you know when that rain is expected and just how much could fall. Coming up just after the break.
What's the difference between their sofa and Johnny Janosic's sofa? About $170. And it can be yours today with Janosic's lower finance options, better prices, unequaled customer service. Buy better at Johnny Janosic.
The Harry Kay Foundation presents the second annual Chocolate Crawl on Saturday, April 13th in downtown Rehoboth. Enjoy delectably fabulous chocolate creations and then vote for your favorite to win top prize. For tickets and info, visit harrykfoundation.org/events.
My daughter was beginning to struggle with substance use disorder. Felt like somebody cut my heart out. Her dream was to open a house to help other women recover. When we do our groundbreaking, I hear like at 6:30 in the morning. Nobody's here except one guy in a suit walking through the field. He says, Kevin, David Trone, nice to meet you. For every person who is suffering from substance use disorder, there is no bigger champion.
I'm David Trone, and I approve this message.
Congratulations to everyone at Coastal Bath Company, the #1 Bath Planet affiliated in the Northeast U.S. and winner of the National Best of the Best Award for Customer Satisfaction. We chose Coastal Bath, a family business in Delaware, without telling anyone at the company, based on years of fantastic customer reviews. If you want a new bathroom in one day that will be stunning, safe, and easy to clean, reach out to coastalbaths.com or call for a free estimate. Ask about their great financing offers right now. Coastal Bath Company, simply the best of the best.
This week on Wheel, contestants are pumped to win a trip to one of our national parks.
Are you going to do that when you call every letter?
Monday at 7 on Coast TV.
What's the difference between their mattresses and Janosic mattresses? The largest selection in the region. A new mattress can be yours today with lower payment options and free local delivery on premium mattresses. Buy better at Johnny Janosic.
Get ready for 4 days of fun in the sun at Springfest. Enjoy amazing food, live entertainment, unique artisan products, and more. With over 200 artists and vendors, local food, and enhanced selections of beer and wine, don't miss this free event located at the Ocean City Inlet from May 2nd through the 5th. Springfest features 2 stages and more than 30 live performances, including headliners, The Olivia Show, a tribute to Olivia Newton-John, country music sensation Lauren Elena, and alternative rock band Everclear. Don't miss out. Get all the details at ococean.com/Springfest.
WRDE First Alert Weather, brought to you by Ocean City, Maryland.
It's a pretty chilly evening as we take a live look out the door this evening on our Hershey Exteriors camera at the 45th Street Tap House, but at least we've got the sun shining, so we've got clear blue skies out the door. So get outside and try to enjoy it this evening. Temp sitting right around 45 degrees in Ocean City. The reason that the beaches are a bit cooler than inland where we're sitting in the 50s is this. We've got northeasterly winds at about 9 miles per hour. What that is also doing is causing some coastal flooding. Water levels are on the rise this evening, so coastal flooding expected within the next couple of hours. Widespread this evening, and then once again during the morning high tide cycles on Tuesday. Gusty winds also going to be sticking around right at the beaches with wind gusts upwards and possibly over 30 miles per hour through tomorrow evening before those winds really start to calm down. And then soaking rains are going to be returning to the area as we head towards Wednesday into Thursday, which is the last thing anybody wants to hear after the soaking rain that we saw this past weekend and really all the rain we've seen so far this year. We're close to a foot of rain this year, and since December 1st, about 15 to 20 inches of rain has fallen. Coastal flood warnings in effect this evening for Sussex County. We've got coastal flood advisories in effect for Worcester County, coastal flood watches in effect for Wycomico County, and everywhere on the Chesapeake Bay. Gale warnings in effect for all area waterways because those winds remain quite gusty out there. The whole reason for that is that area of low pressure just continues to sit and spin off our coast, bringing those northeasterly winds. It's not going to really get out of here until we head towards tomorrow evening. And that's because the storm system that's going to bring us the wet weather kind of just shoves it out of the area. Wind gusts this evening gusting to 20 to 30 miles per hour along the coast. Those winds out of the northeast going to continue through Tuesday morning and through Tuesday evening, but they do start to lighten up by Tuesday evening to about 10 to 20 miles per hour, but still that onshore wind. So that's bringing that coastal flooding. The worst coast flooding going to be this evening and tomorrow morning at Lewis. 10 p.m. is high tide, so 2 hours before, 2 hours after, that's when the worst of the flooding is expected. So from about 8 p.m. until about midnight, and then pretty similar conditions tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. until about noon. Inland bays, it's going to be about an hour later that you see that worst of the flooding. So from about 9 p.m. until 1 a.m. and 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. That's when we're expecting that moderate coastal flooding. And then minor coastal flooding even as we head towards Tuesday evening. And then once we get past the coastal flooding, well, we may see more flooding from just plain old rain as we move towards the middle of the week. A dying cold front's going to push towards the region as we head towards Wednesday evening. But along it, there's going to be an area of low pressure that develops and then moves up the coast, bringing widespread rain to the mid-Atlantic and northeast. Here on Delmarva, what we're looking at is the potential for 1 to 2 inches of rain. And also, if you are heading to opening day Thursday in Philadelphia and in Baltimore, unfortunately, it's probably not going to happen. It's going to be pushed back till Friday, most likely. Reason for that, first alert weather day on Thursday for that heavy rain. We do dry out, though. Friday looks beautiful. Lots of sunshine, temps in the 50s, and then Easter weekend highs in the low 60s.
Alex, thank you. The Delmarva Chicken Association, along with partnering organizations, have launched a $2 million initiative to improve poultry farming sustainability right here on Delmarva. According to the association, it aims to clean up water in the Chesapeake Bay by encouraging farmers to use practices that are a little kinder to nature. They say chicken farmers in the targeted regions can apply for cost share support starting this spring, and they would use that money to implement conservation practices. What are those? Like trees and grasses, planting more of those and creating pollinator plots.
The 33rd annual Spring Fest is coming to Ocean City in May, so here's some important transportation information that you might need. Since parking in the downtown area is limited, the town says it's going to offer transportation for the event. According to the town, the Coastal Highway Beach Bus will be operating all 4 days or all day for $4 a day. Town officials say people can take advantage of town's park and ride location on Route 50 in West Ocean City. They also say that you can park your car for free and ride to the shuttle to Springfest for $4. Special event express shuttle services is also available at the convention center on 40th Street.
In Delaware, the search is on for community champions shaping the landscape of health and wellness. The 2024 Lieutenant Governor's Wellness Leadership Challenge is calling for nominations, open to individuals, organizations, and institutions until April 1st. This annual event aims to recognize local health and wellness programs, policies, or environmental changes that help improve the quality of life for Delawareans.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
We have an ESEAC and Henlopen clash on the girls' soccer field today as Lake Forest faces Delmarva Christian. The Royals are trying to avenge a 3-0 loss to Lake last season and keep their 2-game winning streak alive in their 3rd game this year. Delmarva Christian has scored 11 goals so far and only allowed 1, while topping Early College and Laurel. On the flip side, the Spartans are 1-1 on the season, taking down Woodbridge 8-0 in their season opener and falling by 1 goal to Dover in their second matchup. Check out highlights of this game on the final score at 10:30 p.m. On the baseball diamond today, we have a rematch of last year's 2A region semifinal, where Parkside defeated Easton by 1 run. Parkside then went on to win their first state title in program history. This season so far, the Rams are 1-0 after topping Snow Hill 8-4 on Friday. On the other side, Easton also opened their season with a victory, knocking off Washington 5-4. Watch the full broadcast of this game on our free DSN app. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
Soaring Over the Shore is sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
An important part for Ocean City and the drive to at the Isle of Wight Bay is just as important for nature as it is for tourism. Between Route 90 and Route 50 is this beautiful bay. Over half of the canals adjacent to the coastal bays are in the Isle of Wight, and 3 creeks lead into this body of water. It's a geographic unifier and also home to boaters, jet skiers, fishermen, anybody who wants to get on the water in Worcester County.
Hey honey, did you see all the shingles on the ground from that storm last night?
Wow, those winds were really loud.
I know who I'm calling. Morse Roofing and Siding. I heard they're the roofing storm damage experts and will work directly with our insurance company. I'm calling Morse right now for my complimentary roof inspection.
You can visit them on the web at morsehomeimprovement.com or call 302-663-0042.
There's good.
There's better.
And then there's Morse.
This is the greatest sleep innovation ever created. Introducing the Purple Mattress at Johnny Janosic. Shop now and get up to $400 off your new Purple mattress and get a free blanket. Shop Johnny Janosic's Mattress World.
Hi, I just had to tell you Valley Casino has partnered with Bet Rivers in Delaware.
We've got lots and lots of exciting slots and table games to play.
With really fast payouts and a rewards program you'll love!
Plus, with award-winning customer service, the excitement never stops. Is this awkward?
So get ready, casino fans. And Brittany. Bet Rivers and Valley Casino, together in Delaware. Download the app today.
Even for these returning champs, Jeopardy isn't always a snap.
Somebody finally asking the hard-hitting question.
Next Jeopardy!
Monday at 7:30 on Coast TV.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show.
Trying to maintain being truthful on camera.
Gerard Carmichael opens up like never before.
Tuesday at 2 on Coast TV.
What's the difference between their mattresses and Janosic mattresses? The largest selection in the region. A new mattress can be yours today with lower payment options and free local delivery on premium mattresses. Buy better at Johnny Janosic.
Uneven concrete at your home or business? It's unsightly and unsafe. Call Morris Masonry, Delmarva's exclusive spray foam systems, concrete leveling, and masonry contractor. Morris injects safe polyurethane to slowly level the slab. It stabilizes the ground below, reducing erosion and settling. Leveling is half the cost of pouring new, and it's done in as little as 1 day. Call Morris Masonry for an expert analysis. No job is too big or too small. They'll fix your front step or even a shopping mall.
Or city sidewalks, or a highway.
Coast TV and the First Alert Weather Team. Your safety, our commitment.
Well, it's a sunny but cool evening here along the coast as we take a live look out on our Tindall's Casual Furniture camera in Laurel. Lots of blue skies out there. Unfortunately, clouds build in tomorrow, so get outside this evening and enjoy. Temp sitting right around 48 degrees. Call that Coast TV First Alert Weather line to get your forecast for the next couple of days, 443-880-9100.
Alex, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
We're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a